Hey everyone, I'm Jade. I bet you're looking for a quick fix. What is the secret to learning English quickly? Tell me, I want to know, I want to learn quickly. Well, allow me to tell you a story. In my story, there are two characters. We have young tortoise here and we have young hare here. And this is what happens in their story. So one day, Tortoise was walking home from school, and you can imagine it's going to take him a while, isn't it? He's just a tortoise, he only has little legs. But Tortoise doesn't mind, because as he's walking home, he looks up into the trees, he can see the birds singing, the birds are chirping. If he looks to his right, he can see the slow, gentle river flowing. It's a nice journey. So anyway, Tortoise is walking home. But something disturbs him on his way home. Up comes young hare, bounding, bounding, bounding forwards to Tortoise. Ha! Tortoise, you're so slow. Every day I pass you and I can go home and I can come back to school and I can do that 20 times and you're still in the same place. Ha! So funny, silly, slow Tortoise. Now this happened to poor Tortoise nearly every day on his way home from school. But this day, Tortoise had an idea. Hare, I know you say that you're so fast, but I don't think you would beat me in a race. What? What are you saying, Tortoise? Of course I would beat you. Look at my legs. Look at my long legs. Look at your little legs. Every day I get home before you. But now you've mentioned it, why don't we have a race? You'll see, I'm going to win. This is going to be easy for me. All right then. Well, why don't we start now? Let's have a race home. So, Tortoise and Hare began their race home. Quickly, Hare went forward, 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 and very soon he was out of sight. Now, things weren't looking good for Tortoise, but he carried on, walking ahead, walking ahead. The birds were singing, chirping in the trees still. The gentle river was flowing, the same as it is every day. Meanwhile, further up the road, Hare was bounding along, very excited, and then he suddenly realised, you know what? I'd like to take a nap. I know I'm going to beat Tortoise. He's so slow. I'll just be able to rest by this rock. And then by the time I get up, Tortoise is still going to be back there. I'm going to win, of course. So Hare settled down by the rock and went to sleep. Same as every day, forward goes Tortoise, forward goes Tortoise. By now, the sun is setting. And Tortoise is close to home. He's just entering the village now and his house is very, very close. And who does he see lying by the road? It's Hare, of course. Hare is lying by the road. Just as I suspected. Every day when I go home, who do I see having a nap there? Ha ha ha. Tortoise takes a little pleased, self-satisfied chuckle to himself. Forward on, steadily passing by, he passes Hare. He gets home, and who is it that wins the race? Well then, of course, Hare wakes up, he sees that the sun's gone down, he thinks, oh, how long have I been sleeping? So he quickly bounds forward, bounds forward, bounds forward. And then he passes Tortoise's house and he sees his little smiling head sticking out the window. And at that moment, he realised that he lost the race. So there you go. Here's a story of tortoise and hare. What does it really mean? Does it mean that if you're slow and steady, you will win the race? Or does it mean if you're clever, you'll win the race? Well, either way, what I'm saying here is sometimes when you want to be fast at something, you're not really going about it in the most sustainable and long-term way. So what I'm talking about today is what is the fastest but best way for you to learn English. And if you're ready, let's do this and I'll share my ideas with you. Everybody wants to learn English fast, but I'm of the opinion that when you're really, really fast and you try to force it, sometimes you run out of energy and then you give up. So I'm more of the tortoise frame of mind, which means slow and steady and you finally get there. I mean, you have to be realistic. When it comes to learning a language, are you really going to be able to learn it super quickly? Well, it can help you if you're fully immersed and you're living in that country and you need it. But if you're not in that country and you're at home, come on now, be realistic. How fast can you learn? So what I recommend is a daily English practice of a realistic time frame. So if you're serious about your English, you can find 15 minutes a day or 20 minutes a day to dedicate to English.